You are standing at a threshold where the physical world meets the divine, and if you are listening to this right now, it is because you have survived the fire. You have felt the sting of betrayal from people you would have crossed oceans for. You have felt the weight of being misunderstood by the very people you tried to lift up. And you have wondered in the silence of your room why the universe allows those who hurt you to seemingly walk away unscathed. But today the veil is being pulled back. Today you are being invited into a deeper understanding of the celestial mechanics that govern your life. You need to understand that being a chosen one is not just a title of honor. It is a state of spiritual alignment that carries a heavy price and an even heavier protection. When someone chooses to mistreat you, they are not just engaging in a human conflict. They are unknowingly declaring war against the divine architecture that supports your existence. Take a deep breath and settle into this truth. There is a specific law in the spiritual realm that says, "Touch not my anointed." This is not a suggestion. It is a fundamental boundary. When you were called into this journey, you were marked, not with a sign the physical eye can see, but with a frequency that heaven recognizes. And when people attempt to dim your light or crush your spirit, they are attempting to interfere with a mandate they did not grant and therefore cannot revoke. The first thing that happens when someone mistreats a chosen one is the immediate withdrawal of divine favor from their vicinity. Have you ever noticed how someone's life seems to flourish as long as they are in your good graces? Perhaps they had better ideas when they were near you. Perhaps their energy felt more stable. Perhaps doors opened for them simply because they were standing in the shadow of your light. This is because a chosen one acts as a portal for grace. When that person turns on you through gossip, through manipulation, or through cold-hearted betrayal, they effectively shut that portal. They think they are cutting you off, but they are actually cutting themselves off from the source of the blessings that were flowing through you into their lives. You will notice that shortly after they exit your life or force you to leave theirs, their momentum begins to stall. Things that used to be easy for them become difficult. The clarity they once had turns into confusion. This is not your revenge. This is the natural consequence of rejecting the vessel through which their grace was being delivered. You must understand that you carry an atmosphere. As a chosen one, your presence shifts the room. When people mistreat you, they are essentially poisoning the very air they breathe. They begin to experience a spiritual stagnation. They might try to find a replacement for you. They might look for someone else to fill the void of your wisdom, your kindness, or your listening ear. But they will soon realize that you are irreplaceable because your value did not come from your personality. It came from the spirit that dwells within you. The universe does not take kindly to those who attempt to break the spirit of a child of light. There is a concept known as the law of reflection. Whatever energy someone sends toward a chosen one is magnified and returned to the sender. If they send you lies, they will soon find themselves trapped in a web of their own deception. If they send you malice, they will begin to attract malicious people into their own circle. It is as if you are a mirror made of celestial glass. They throw a stone at you expecting to see you shatter, but the stone simply hits the surface and bounces back with twice the velocity. Let us look deeper into the psychology of the oppressor. Why do they attack you? They attack you because your light exposes the things they are trying to hide within themselves. Your integrity makes their compromise look shameful. Your kindness makes their selfishness look ugly. Instead of doing the work to heal, they choose to attack the mirror. But when the mirror is gone, they are left alone with their own shadows. This is where the true weight of their choice begins to settle. Without you there to absorb their negativity or provide them with unearned grace, they are forced to feast on their own toxicity. You have likely felt the urge to defend yourself. You have felt the burning desire to explain your side of the story, to tell the world how they wronged you, and to show everyone the scars they left behind. But the Spirit is telling you to stay still. Every time you try to handle the situation with your own hands, you take the situation out of the hands of the divine. When you remain silent, you allow the full weight of spiritual justice to take its course. Your silence is a form of higher warfare. While they are out there talking and trying to ruin your reputation, you are in your secret place growing stronger. While they are busy plotting your downfall, you are being repositioned for your uprising. The more they talk, the more they expose their own heart. Have you noticed that? The more they try to make you look like the villain, the more people begin to see the cracks in their own mask. The universe has a way of highlighting the truth when the chosen one refuses to engage in the mudslinging. There is a specific kind of exhaustion that hits those who fight against a chosen one. It is a soul-deep fatigue, because they are fighting against the wind. They are trying to stop a river from flowing. They are trying to extinguish a sun that they did not light. Eventually they will run out of breath. They will run out of words. And in that moment of exhaustion, they will have to face the vacuum that their malice created. In this vacuum, something very specific happens. We can call it the echo effect. Because they have rejected the truth you offered, they will begin to hear your voice in the silence of their own minds. They will remember the warnings you gave them that they laughed at. They will remember the love you showed them that they trampled on. This echo becomes a haunting presence. They might go to new parties, meet new people, and start new projects, but the ghost of the connection they destroyed will follow them. They will realize too late that they didn't just lose a friend or a partner. They lost a divine advocate. The spiritual legal system of the universe is slow, but it is precise. It gives the offender time to repent, to turn back, and to make things right. But when they use that time to dig a deeper hole and to recruit others into their bitterness, the verdict becomes final. You might see them posting on social media looking happy. You might hear from mutual friends that they are doing just fine. Do not be deceived by the surface. The spiritual world works from the inside out. Their internal world is becoming a desert. They have lost the peace that you used to provide. They have lost the safety of your soul. And no amount of external success can compensate for the loss of a connection with a chosen one. The reason God is separating you right now is to protect you from the debris of their impending collapse. When a structure built on pride and mistreatment falls, it creates a lot of dust. If you were still standing close to them, you would be covered in that dust. You would be hit by the falling bricks of their karma. God pulled you away not just to spare your heart, but to spare your future. He is moving you to higher ground so that you can watch from a distance as the truth comes to light. You must forgive them, not because they deserve it, and not because what they did was okay. You must forgive them because you cannot carry the weight of their judgment and the weight of your blessing at the same time. If you hold on to bitterness, you remain tethered to their frequency. Forgiveness is the act of cutting the cord. When you forgive, you say to the universe, I am no longer part of this transaction. I hand the bill to you. Consider the concept of the scapegoat. For a long time you may have played this role in your family or your social circle. You were the one everyone blamed for the dysfunction. You were the one who carried the emotional baggage of the group. When you are a chosen one, you often have a high capacity for pain, so people tend to dump their garbage on you. But the moment you walk away, the group has no choice but to turn on each other. Without you there to be the sacrificial lamb, they must face their own demons. This is one of the most powerful forms of justice. Your absence forces them to deal with themselves. Once you release them, you will feel a lightness you haven't felt in years. You will realize that the people who mistreated you were actually catalysts for your growth. They were the friction that polished the diamond. They were the wind that forced your roots to go deeper. They thought they were burying you, but they didn't realize you were a seed. And now that you are starting to sprout, you are becoming something they can no longer reach. In the coming months, you will witness a series of events that will confirm everything you are hearing now. You will see those who mocked you suddenly needing what you have. You will see those who excluded you wishing they had a seat at your table. But you must be careful. When they return, and they often do, you must have the discernment to know if they have changed or if they are simply hungry for your light again. A chosen one must learn that access is a privilege, not a right. Just because you have forgiven someone does not mean they are allowed back into your inner sanctum. Being a chosen one means you are a steward of a high-level energy. You cannot afford to give it away to those who have proven they do not respect it. You are learning the value of your own soul. You are learning that your kindness is a gift and your presence is a privilege. Those who mistreated you failed the test. They showed the universe that they were not ready for the level of glory that is about to be revealed in your life. Do not weep for the loss of those relationships. Weep for the fact that they missed their moment of visitation. They were standing next to greatness, and they chose to see it as a threat instead of an inspiration. They were in the presence of a miracle, and they chose to look for flaws. That is their tragedy, not yours. Your story is just beginning. Think about the Josephs and the Davids of history. They were betrayed by their own blood. They were hunted by the very people they served. But every attack was a step toward the throne. Every pit was a precursor to the palace. If your life is following this pattern, it is because your destination is higher than you can currently imagine. The mistreatment you endured was the training ground for the authority you are about to step into. You cannot lead people through a fire you have never survived yourself. The separation you are feeling is a divine sanctification. You are being set apart for a specific work that requires a clean vessel. You cannot carry the opinions of the small-minded into the places where the giants live. You cannot carry the trauma of betrayal into the halls of authority. God is washing you clean of the labels they tried to put on you. You are not what they said you were. You are not the mistakes they keep bringing up. You are who the Creator says you are. As you move forward, stay in the silence. Let your success be the noise. Let your peace be the argument. Let your growth be the evidence. You don't need to win the debate because you have already won the war. The moment they stepped out of alignment with the love they owed you was the moment they lost their grip on your destiny. You are entering a season of rapid restoration. Everything that was stolen through deceit will be returned through divine favor. Every tear you cried in the dark is being turned into a well of wisdom. You are being upgraded in real time. Your mind is being sharpened. Your heart is being fortified, and your spirit is being expanded. This expansion is why you feel so tired. Your physical body is trying to catch up with the vast amount of light that is now pouring into your system. Let us speak of the physical symptoms of this spiritual shift. You may find yourself unable to tolerate certain foods or environment. You may find that your sleep patterns have changed. This is because your frequency is rising. Those who mistreated you are still operating on a low vibration frequency of envy and control. By raising your vibration, you are literally becoming invisible to their weapons. They cannot hit a target that is no longer on their radar. Remember this: the higher you go, the fewer people will be able to breathe the air at your altitude. Do not be surprised if the circle gets even smaller. Do not be surprised if more people fall away as you ascend. It is simply the physics of the spirit. Only those with a certain level of purity can survive in the atmosphere of your next level. This is not about arrogance. It is about alignment. A jet cannot fly on the same fuel as a lawnmower. So take heart, chosen one. The battle is not yours. The defense is already in motion. The justice of the universe is far more thorough than any revenge you could ever plan. When the universe decides to vindicate you, it does so in a way that leaves no room for doubt. It doesn't just clear your name. It crowns your head. As you sit in this stillness, realize that the very people who tried to cast you out are now the ones who are truly outside. They are outside of the peace you enjoy. They are outside of the revelation you receive. They are outside of the future you are building. And while it may feel lonely sometimes, remind yourself that it is better to be alone with the truth than to be in a crowd of lies. You are safe. You are protected, and you are about to be vindicated in ways you never thought possible. Stay still and watch the hand of God move on your behalf. The world is waiting for the version of you that is currently being formed in the secret place. And when you finally step out, they will see that every weapon formed against you only served to make you stronger. I want you to envision the version of yourself that is coming. See yourself walking into rooms with a quiet confidence that doesn't need to explain itself. See yourself speaking words that carry the weight of experience and the grace of heaven. See yourself surrounded by people who see you, who hear you, and who cherish the light you carry. This is not a dream. This is your impending reality. The period of waiting you are in right now is not empty. It is incubation. Like a seed in the dark, you are gathering the nutrients you need to break through the soil. The pressure you felt from your enemies was just the soil pressing against you to help you grow. Thank them for the pressure. Without it, you would never have found the strength to rise. I would like you to take a moment and reflect on the freedom you now have. No more walking on eggshells. No more explaining your soul to people who don't have the capacity to understand it. No more dimming your light so others don't feel insecure. That season is over. You have graduated. Now, as we close this message, take a final deep breath. Feel the power returning to your hands. Feel the clarity returning to your mind. You are no longer the victim of their stories. You are the author of your own. And the author of all things is holding the pen with you. Whatever was written against you is being erased. A new chapter is being written, and in this chapter you win. Not through force, but through favor. Not through noise, but through nature. Stay close. Stay quiet. Stay aligned. Your journey is far from over, but the hardest part is behind you. The separation is complete. The protection is sealed, and your promotion is inevitable. Trust that the universe knows exactly how to handle those who mistreated you. Your only job is to keep walking toward the light.